types of modeling. One that's using structured models, and the other is behavioral, right? We also discussed context diagrams, use case diagrams. What else? Class diagram, yeah? And today we're talking also about the sequence diagram. So which of these is a structured one?
Sequence?
Class, thank you. All right, we said structure means we're diving deep into details, right? So we're expecting more about how this is implemented, true? Class diagrams have been the best model so far, showing us what's inside this module. So we no longer see it as a black box, it becomes fully transparent. But if you recall, context diagram is mostly showing how the core system interacts with other components, right? Or how it interacts with a subsystem, or how it interacts with entities and objects, right? We also saw here use cases, a quick recap on what we covered last time. We've seen how to build our model, how to attach these actors to use cases, and how to make dependencies between these use cases in terms of include or extend, right? Which one is mandatory to have? Is it include or extend?
Include.
That's the include. And the one that's optional is
Extend.
Perfect. We also agreed that our actors could still have relations among themselves, like inheritance, let's say. And then we agreed every use case we take it, and then we try to build an entire table to clarify it. So in terms of what, like, why do we use it? What is the scope? Who are the key actors? Who are the stakeholders? Who's interested as investor? What is the success scenario? What is the failing scenario? What are the steps behind? What are the branching extensions in case of failures? What are the open issues and so on? So, if you have your laptop, you might just do this with me. If not, just watch it. So one of the nice websites that can help you, you can also download it as an offline copy. We call it Draw.io. So whenever you type draw.io, that's it.
Draw.io?
Draw.io, yes. Did it open with anyone?
Is it كده orange website?
Orange? Can I see?
I think so. I don't know. It's with the logo orange. It's what?
No, it should show a white dashboard.
Oh.
Yes. Draw.io.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
But get into the tool itself, okay?
Okay.
It's taking too long here. Right, I'll return back to it, okay?
Don't you want to use mine as an exam?
It open?
Yes.
But I need to connect. We don't have cable. It's okay. It's okay. It will take like 1-2 minutes and then it will open. I can explain this exercise and then come back to it, okay? So what we will do now, we will learn how to digitalize these prototypes, okay? What we are building so far is a paper-based sketch that we did, for example, for class diagram. We tried it on papers last time, right? Did we?
No.
We did not?
Yes.
We did. Okay. All right, yeah, in the case study part. So this one also we can try on papers, right? But there is a more neat way to do it, okay? Again, papers are no longer so shareable. So think of a possible mean of making it accessible by many people. So people will just simply share it with other parties and they can all get access to the same exact shared file. So Draw.io help us with that process. We can simply turn it into a digital model instead. Yeah, here we go. So how to deal with this environment? in any other network other than Al-Faisal, you might get it faster, okay? But here it's only taking a few minutes to load. So let me start showing you what we have here. Okay, do you see that stick man here? So if we drag it here, this is simply our actor, right? And we also do have a rectangular boundary, which is simply the boundary of our system, true? Inside that boundary, I can drag some ellipses, each of them representing a use case, right? Of course, I can type inside it anything I want, okay? Here, also, oops, sorry. For that guy as well, I can also rename him, okay? For the system boundary as well, I can just say, this is my system. True? Okay, so we're done with that part. Now, how can I establish the connection between this actor and the use case?
Lines.
We have now to hover on that guy here. Let me zoom in. What do you see when I hover on it?
Arrows.
Some arrows. Okay, I'm not pressing, I'm just hovering. So I can try to drag this and connect it to my use case. Look at this. Okay. Now, I can still connect it to others. So from here, I'm going to move it, let's say, here. Okay? I can also try to show connections between use cases, which is, again, an arrow to an arrow, right? But again, we described that it's not usually an arrow, but instead it becomes simply an association line, right? So just press on this, and let's see if we can change its properties. So here, you will start seeing here styling on right, and I can just go here and check the first time. Okay. I can also build, extend, or include relationship. Let's do it between these two. So there is that line. I can just attach it between these two use cases, and I can replace that text here too. Let's say extends. Okay. So we're done now with this part. Sometimes you have more than one actor, more than one use case that belong to one actor. So it's good practice that whenever you have more than one, try to use coloring properties. So I'm gonna just add 2 here. Let's attach it to that guy. Okay. And I can now try to color all of these 3 into one color. Let's make it red. These would perhaps be yellow, let's say. Now this helps more into better understanding, more visibility, right? I can still do the same with all other types of models. So for example, we've tried also seeing context diagrams. Yeah.
Doctor, how do you duplicate it?
Control C, Control V,
Oh.
or Control D. That's duplicate to my requirement. Then here, I just need to connect, right? So what do we call this model? This is? Let's call text. No? Just give me a minute. All right. Now the third type that we will discuss today is also, let's try it also for the class diagram before we move on. So we have here perhaps two classes. We can just name this as any attribute like we did. I don't know, class name, for example, end. That's how we do it, right? Then I can define a relation between these two classes. Let's do association, let's say. Here, do you see that one? It says source, target, label.
Yes.
So I can drag it in between.
Doctor, are we gonna do something like this?
Yes, in your assignments perhaps, yeah. Projects maybe as well.
إن شاء الله مو اختبار صح؟
لا أكيد مش اختبار.
And the midterm lab.
You don't have lab أصلا for this course, صح? You don't have lab.
This is
That's 201.
لا 201 بس قصدي.
No, I'm thinking for the project that you will have for 220, like we can merge both into one project. What do you think?
Instead of
So
two
it goes
projects.
for documenting
صح صح.
the same project that we have already. Okay?
So instead of two projects ولا لا؟
Pick the same idea, let's do the documentation accordingly.
صح صح.
So
والله
بتمشيها بنفس البروسيس.
صح.
خلاص
Yes.
حتى implementation that would be really
والله
good.
I like that.
صح. هلا دكتور next term نحن عندنا مادة اسمها software requirements. Is it تقريبا هيك؟
This, but in more details, yes.
Oh.
Because if you master this one, the other one will be a piece of cake too. والله. And I'm giving you, by the way, extra details. إذا رجعت للأوريجينال slides لا ما فيهاش كذا.
طب نحن which app do we use? Or website?
For drawing,
Yeah.
that's draw.io.
Draw.
Draw.io.
It's a website.
Yes, موجود online you can download it. So draw.io. Oops, IO.
لما تعطيني الاسايمنت حيكون مكتوب هذا الويب.
Sure, I can put it. مفيش مشكلة. This
شكرا.
draw.io. Okay. Simple هون مفيش حاجة. Small. Okay. So I can now replace this, let's say, with a value 1. This one I can also replace it with value, let's say, main. Okay, and this one I don't need it. So this became 1-to-1. I need to turn this into a normal line. Now this became a normal class diagram.
Yes.
So, and I can make, of course, this way bigger. This can indicate also, I can have, let's assume this is inheritance. So I can link it with an arrow. Then from here, I can pick, oh, see this? What do we call it? Diamond. So this is either aggregation or composition, right? And we have This one is inheritance, right? So you can just play with this, the properties, all right. Easy?
Yes.
Okay. So we're done now with this. I just wanted to show you how to digitalize these sort of diagrams. But for now, let's get back to our case study and read through it. All right, who can tell us that scenario? Who can explain it aloud? Please. Just read it. Just read it. We'll explain it together. It's okay.
The travel agency booking system connects customers,
Yeah.
travel agents,
Yeah.
airline companies, and touring companies to manage bookings, payments, and travel services in coordinated way. A customer requests travel arrangements through the travel agent who books an airline ticket that can also trigger the booking of a full tour if the customer prefers a complete travel package. Once the seat is reserved with the airline, the agent delivers the airline ticket, which may also lead to arranging the tour details with the touring company. During payment, when the customer pays the travel agent, this automatically covers both the airline ticket and the agent's commissions. While the payment process can also expand to include tour-related costs when a tour is booked, these linked interactions ensure that every booking payment and service is handled smoothly across all parties involved.
Excellent. Thank you, Liam. Okay. Who can tell me how many? Like, what is the boundary here? Who can tell me the boundary?
Is it the system?
The system, true. So this is
Travel agent.
a travel agency booking system. So this is my boundary, right? Who can tell me the actors?
Customers.
Customer,
Travel agent.
Customer, one.
Agents,
travel agent,
Travel
Airline.
agent.
airline companies,
Touring
and
company.
touring
Nice.
companies.
Very good.
Manager booking.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. Now, who can tell me what is attached here to customer as use case?
manage
Booking,
bookings, payments.
Booking, payments, and travel services.
Where did you find it?
First
Third
one.
line.
Done.
Third line. Booking.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the third line.
So customer, okay. Request travel,
Arrangements.
okay.
Book airline.
Booking,
Books an airline
booking,
ticket.
Nice.
Booking of a
full
full tour.
See this? Trigger booking of a tour, right?
Yes, a tour.
So booking tour is also one.
Mm.
But here it says what? That
big
can
package
also trigger booking a full tour. Is that mandatory?
No.
No.
So this is now?
Extend.
Thank you.
وفي كمان
Oops, my bad. Sorry. Yeah.
Full tour.
وفي كمان
Okay.
prepares a complete travel package.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Same thing.
Optional,
صح?
صح؟
That's not a use case.
Yeah.
Not-
Yeah.
That's within the
Yeah.
computation. We keep this there. Okay. Now, once the seat is reserved with the airline, the agent
Yeah.
deliver.
Dr. why is
Very
not
nice.
ليش الباكج is not what is them? Is it
Where?
يعني هو يكون إنه
This
هو
one?
prefer to choose one?
Here, you prefer to complete a travel package. But how can you turn this into a use case?
يعني
That's your own preference as a user.
okay.
So when I tell you, okay, I prefer the application to do 1, 2, 3. These
Yes.
are tasks, right?
Yes.
We call them use cases.
Mm.
But then my preference is to have this
In one package.
in English.
Wow.
That's not a use case.
Okay, okay,
So a
صح.
preference is usually settings. We'll keep this aside. Okay. So it can be, for example, if I'm implementing a class for customer, it could be preferences. Okay.
Okay.
Or it can be package coverage, and then you give it, let's say, full or partial as a value,
Mhm.
right? Okay. Then we have so we're going to continue with that same format till we capture all use cases, right? I just want you to read that part again. So during payment, when the customer pays the travel agent, this automatically covers both airline ticket and commission. So when you get already this payment done, you get a commission, right? A percentage. So this includes this, right? Do you see the necessity here?
Yeah.
So this one is mandatory or optional? This is mandatory. So this is includes. True. Okay? So that's how we start. Keep the steps in mind. First, define your boundary. Yes? Then define your actors. Yeah. Then define the use cases. Agree?
Yes.
Then define the dependency of these use cases. Alright? So again, read the scenario. Boundary, actor, use cases, dependencies. Clear? So this is going to give us something similar, right? We expect travel agent, customer, airline company, and touring company. Everything that involves a tour is simply optional or mandatory?
Mandatory.
Optional. We said it may also include full tour, right? So these are all the relations that we're having. Let's see this. So when you book an airline ticket, do you have to book a tour?
No, optional.
This is optional. So we call this
Extend.
extend. When you deliver the ticket and then arrange a tour,
No,
how
it's
can these
extend.
be? Again, optional. All right. When you pay the agent, and then there is agent commission. So this is mandatory or optional? That's mandatory. So this is include. All right. When you pay the agent and you pay the airline ticket, also include. So paying the agent means you have to pay for the ticket. Now paying ticket and paying for the tour,
Extend optional.
again, the tour is entirely optional. So if you pay for this, doesn't necessitate that you simply pay for the tour, right? So this is extends. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Don't memorize. Okay. So just a sample. Just a sample. No memorization. في recording, صح?
Yes.
No memorization again. Okay. So again, how many use cases we have seen here?
5.
Which are?
Three.
What?
The full, صح?
The full thing.
The full ولا only the plugs?
So what is the use case?
The ovals.
The ovals,
The-
exactly. Use cases are the oval shapes.
No.
These ones, right? What do we call this?
Actors.
Actors. What do we call this?
Boundary.
Boundary, right? So boundary, actor, use case, right? Okay, so here, tell me how many use cases do we see? 9, exactly. Now for each of these 9 use cases, we will create a sample table like this one, okay? I'm not having all the 9 tables, of course, here, just 2 samples. Again, you don't have to fill all the details, but it's good practice to know the stakeholders involved, to know who is the key actor, to know the success scenario, the failure scenario, to know what triggers this to take place, what is the main course in case of success, and what is the extension in case of any branching failure, and then what are the open issues. We keep doing this for each and every use case. So this one was for booking ticket, this one for reserving seats, and so on, right? Make sense? Now, let's explain the basics of the sequence diagram. All right, let's first understand these shapes. We have an object, we have an actor, we have messages, activation, we have destroy. Okay, in any system, let's assume you are placing an order على Amazon, okay? So you as a customer is one object, I'll call it an object, okay? You are an actor, let's call it an actor. You are an actor, and you are trying to place an order. So there is an order, yes?
Yes.
And there is, let's assume there is a vendor, okay? So the relation between you as a customer and the vendor is simply through the order, right? Right. When you place the order, does it end? The order itself,
Yeah.
once it's delivered.
Yeah.
So its lifespan, does it end?
But sometimes you have to return the order, for example.
But it has a lifespan, right? Even after return, does it end?
Yes.
Yes, so it does end at certain point, right? Whether after delivery or after return, yeah? So we can say this one does not last forever.
Yeah.
It's dependent mostly on the relation between the customer and the vendor. But once you place the order, once you receive it, is your lifespan over?
No.
No, you can
my
place
turn.
another
Do,
order.
do they destroy you as a user?
No, you
No.
can place another.
Do they destroy the vendor?
No.
No. So these two are long life. They're not destroyed, right? But this one is subject to, my gosh, subject to termination in case this relation ended. So that's what we want to explain now. So every object or every actor need to be presented here on the sequence diagram. So we have object, we have actor, okay? Actor is a stick man, just like the use case diagram, no change. And object is simply a box. You don't have to make it full box. This can be still empty one. We also have something we know as activation. So you spend 24 hours, okay, as a human being in your daily life. Are you active 24 hours?
No.
You have some active, you sleep, exactly. You
Yes.
eat, you study, you rest. Yeah? So I'm not going to say that you're 24 hours studying. You're not active 24 hours, right? Or you're not awake 24 hours, dependent on whatever context you're putting. Okay. So every object, every actor has an activation channel. Okay? This can be full or partial. We'll see. So for example, the business is running. So Amazon is available 24 hours, right? So across the entire process, it has to have full activation. Now you as a customer, it's the moment you send your order and receive your order that you are active in, right? So this is your activity channel. How about the manufacturer? You're ordering the item, so the business is ordering the items, and they are receiving it back. So the moment they are placing these orders, the manufacturer will be also active. True? But again, afterwards, the manufacturer is over. Before this, the client is not active, right? But the business is active from the manufacturer all the way to the end of the client process. Okay, now why do we call it sequence? Because we put our own activity in sequence. So how does it start? We order the items first. So this is step number 1. Step number 2 is receiving the item. So you might see that usually steps are pushed down, like this. This is 1, let's say, this is 2. Not on the same line, okay? Okay, now the third one is sending the order to the client. Fourth one is receiving it back here, right? So, the process is usually split into activities. You are requesting something and you are receiving it. So there is request and response.
Receiving what specifically?
Hmm?
Receiving what specifically?
Any possible response. Like when you place an order and you get a confirmation message, right?
So,
This is request, this is response, right?
In
Please.
this case, doctor, the dashed lines are the one for the response.
Thank you, excellent. So usually, Lamar, thank you.
Allah يسعدك.
Now this is the response, okay? So response is usually in dashed line, okay? So request is usually a solid line. This one is a dashed line, okay. Type. One more important thing. Could it be possible that 2 of them happen at the same time?
Yes.
That's possible. All right, so let's first get into that point to explain it. So we call this destroy. We agreed that the relation between a vendor, let's say, and a client is long-lasting, but when it comes to the order itself, the way you assess it, it ends at a certain point, right? So once this process is over, the business is terminated, right? Of course, this depends on the context, but you might see that it's only 1 out of 3 objects that got destroyed. The rest were active fully. Okay. Let's look at this. So yes, as Lamar mentioned, we're having request and response. Response is usually in dashed line, while request is a simple solid line. So this is the activation channel. Do you see it?
Yes.
Doesn't have to be huge. Could be just very slim. Okay, now there is what we know as asynchronous and synchronous. Anyone knows the difference?
I
Don't. Just give me a minute. I want to add an example for you here. I added it there to the other section, but apparently it did not save it.
Is it?
Not here. Okay, there was a better example, but I'll make sure to add it for you on model. I can look into that for now. Okay, this is good. Really enough. Let's see this. Okay, for now, let's assume I'm having two messages, two requests, and one response. So this is one request, and this is response. What do you notice here? Yes.
Synchronous has a request and response, but asynchronous only has request.
Okay, so let's assume that I'm trying to send a request. Okay? Synchronous means I don't really have to wait for any other request, additional one, to start receiving my output. So once you send the request, you can get the response immediately. Okay? Even like once this is ending, this can start. Okay? But for the asynchronous, it means you have to wait for something. Okay? So in case this will sync asynchronous, this could be the case. So this is request 1, request 2. You don't fulfill this immediately. It has to wait for this to respond, then this to respond. We call this asynchronous. Okay? Does it make sense? So again, sometimes, how can we represent this in coding? Let's assume we're building method calls. We have method 1, okay, and method 2. Now this is synchronous or asynchronous?
Synchronous.
Hmm?
Asynchronous.
Asynchronous? Why?
It has to finish everything.
So when you hit this, okay, you execute the body, right?
Yes.
Then it returns
Then
the end, right? So request by the caller. This is our request. This is our
response.
response, right? Then another request, then another response. So this is what? So request response, right? So this is simply synchronous, right? Please
I have a
check.
question. Why doesn't asynchronous have response?
No, it could have response. It could have response, okay? Here it's trying to link it to the previous case. Okay, so it has to wait for this. That's the asynchronous. Okay, it's linked to something else. Okay, so here I'm having another example. End M1. Okay. And here I initiate the call to M2. Okay, then I have M2. Now what is the difference?
M1 has to wait to M2 to finish.
So M1, is it the case like you requested, you get the response?
No.
What happened now?
Wait for
Request
M2 to
and
finish.
another request. and
Thank
then
you.
response.
So request, response, response. Do you see that?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Now do you see the power of diagrams?
Yeah.
So again, if you don't know how to implement, but people, a designer, give you this document, you can just follow the rules they're putting for you, right? They tell you everything in sequence, like how to start initiating this method, what to expect from it, right? What are the variables or the inputs you're passing to it, and so on. Okay, we're passing the time? Okay. Okay, so that's what I was explaining here. So this is simply separate method calls, okay? Like do 1, do 2, do 3. We'll continue this inshallah next time. All right?
Doctor, is there a way you can keep the drawings? Or save them?
The handwriting, yes.
We record.
I can save it, yes, I can save it. But it's gonna be very messy. Okay? Okay, I'm saving it. Do you want me to upload it this way?
Yeah,
Sure.
everyone doesn't worry.
Okay. Okay, I'll end it here. Please prepare your forms. Just scan the QR.